It is Monday, May 13th of 2019, and this is Guy's Daily Drive. Hello, everyone, and I keep saying over and over that I'm sorry that it's taking so long to get new episodes out. Things have been a little crazy, not to mention I have recorded a couple where I had, no big surprise, equipment issues where the iPod would basically say, sorry, out of room, and it would stop the recording. So sometimes that would give me some audio I could use or some video I could use. Most of the time, it would just be an unrecoverable file. So there's that. So I wiped the iPod, just put on the bare minimum apps, didn't let it add photos. Hopefully I'll have to check that again. And all the typical crap that a lot of these iPods end up with, which I don't want or need. I just need it to basically have a few applications and then use it to record audio and video. That's it. That's all I need. So, a couple things. In the last time I tried to do this, when it ran out of room, I was talking about how just after having the two back molars replaced, and I'm not going to go into that whole story all over again and my problems with the insurance company, but I was eating a salad with grilled chicken. And my tongue kind of hit that back spot, and there wasn't a tooth there. And I was like, come on, you've got to be kidding me. I could feel the post from the implant, but the tooth was gone, and I had swallowed it. So, contacted the dentist. Had to go back in last Friday, and they did another impression of my mouth back there, so because they have to have a new tooth made. So then yesterday was Mother's Day, and I had made a beef roast. What kind of car is that? Oh, Nissan. Okay. Made a beef roast and steamed spinach. What else? And rice for Tracy for Mother's Day. I made it. I have a great roast recipe, so easy. Basically, you take the roast. You can use like ground salt and pepper, or you can use some kind of rub, but after you coat it pretty thoroughly, you sear it, so it just kind of, puts a little sear on the outside. Preheat the oven to 500 degrees, and then take a roast that has come up to room temperature, put it in the 500 degree oven at 7 minutes per pound. At the end of that time period, in this case the roast was about 3 pounds, so 21 minutes, turn the oven off. Don't open it, just leave the roast in there for 2.5 hours, and it comes out fantastic. So easy. But anyway, so I made this roast, and we just finished dinner, and I was in the kitchen doing some cleanup, and I had cut the rest of the roast that was left over, and there was like an end piece that was all nice and crusted with the salt and the rub and all the rest. That's so good. So I kind of popped that in my mouth, and I was chewing, and I felt the second implant the tooth that was there, the crown, felt it give way. And it was like, you've got to be kidding me. But at least this time I didn't swallow it. I still have it. It's in a, it's in a little bowl in the bedroom. So I will be taking that back to the dentist. I need to call them. I was going to call them today, but just ran out of time with not being there on Friday. It was just too much going on. So I got to call them tomorrow and let them know what happened. So, that's it's just like this is a saga that just won't end for me. There's, I just want the 2 teeth there. I just want to get what I paid for, the 2 teeth there, and have it be over. And it just seems like it just goes on and on and on. This is a saga that started almost a year ago with these implants. $10,000. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I don't really know what it is I was here to talk about. My sister's husband suffered a heart attack over the weekend. And it could have been very, very serious. And I mean, it was serious because anytime you have a heart attack and you've got blockage of major arteries, and in this particular case, it was the artery that actually, I guess it feeds blood directly to the heart. And that was severely blocked. So they put a stent in for that, and then they found what looked like possibly another blockage, which they're going to, at least for now, treat with medication. And it's looking like he's going to be fine. But it just kind of brings to home the fact that none of us know how long we have on this planet. And I guess the bigger question is, how do you plan to spend your time? Are you going to use it to watch a lot of TV? Or movies on TV? Or just TV in general, video? And is that a good use of your time? Well, I don't know. That you have to kind of answer that yourself. But I would say that instead of looking for mindless entertainment to while away the time between when you sleep and when you get up, that your time might be better spent looking for ways to make improvements. Not even necessarily improvements on yourself, but just improvements. Can you make somebody's life better in small but still significant ways? It doesn't have to involve money. It doesn't have to really involve a lot of time. Just how can you make someone's life better? I have a good friend who was having problems with his computer, which was quite old. It was like a 10 to 12-year-old computer. And I had a computer I wasn't using, and he needed to run Windows. So I wiped that computer, took everything off of it, installed an operating system, 2 operating systems. It was it was a Mac Mini. So I put the latest and greatest Mac OS on it. And because he also has to use Windows, I installed Boot Camp and a copy of Windows 10, which he will have to activate. And for the cost of a small computer, and he's going to give me, I think, like $100. And for a Mac Mini of this particular vintage and the time that I put into it, he's getting a bargain. But it's not about what I could have gotten out of him for this computer. It's not about how much could I have charged him for my time. It was, have I made his life easier by helping him with this problem that I could resolve? And the answer is yes. Yes, I could. I occasionally do little videos of things that people can do on their computers. I post them up on YouTube, much like Guy's Daily Drive and the Mac to the Future Go live casts, for which I get really nothing back. But again, it's not always about what I can get out of it. So many times in podcast forums, you read people saying, well, how can I monetize? How can I make money from doing podcasts? And my usual answer to people that ask that question is, did you go into podcasting to make money, or do you think that you're good enough at it now that you deserve to be paid? Neither of which is a very good answer. If you're going into podcasting or content creation in general for the sole purpose of making money, then I really have to kind of question your commitment to creating content. And it's not that you shouldn't make money doing something that you love. It's that if you go into it for the sole purpose of making money, and I'm not talking about, you are, say, a freelancer who is helping people with their audio and video content. You're an editor, you're making 30-second jingles or whatever it is that you're doing in relation to content creation. If you have a steady gig at that, and you have trained yourself to do these things, there's absolutely no reason why you couldn't or shouldn't make a living at it. But if you start doing something as a hobby, as, just something to do once a week when you get off work, or something along those lines, and all of a sudden you start thinking, I could make some money at this, you're kind of going into it with the wrong attitude. If you are really good, then sure, go ahead, try to make some money if that's what you want to do. But just remember, what was the reason originally that you started to do whatever it is, whatever kind of content creation it is that you're doing? Why did you originally go into it? Well, that's going to about do it for today, I think. If you would like to help me pay for the stuff that I do, because I do put my own money into this, you can go to patreon.com or ko-fi.com and leave small donations. It will help pay for the hosting and all the rest of the stuff, maybe some of the equipment that I buy. Don't have to. I'll just keep doing it anyway, as I've proven over the last 15 years. I just like doing this. If you'd like to get a hold of me, you can reach me. Guy at mymac.com is my email address, or my Twitter handles are MacParrot or VertShark, VertShark. You can find me on Wednesday nights. Boy, this road's a little bumpy. That's why I'm sounding like this. You can find me on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., typically, with Warren Sklar and David Ginsburg, who I did the podcast with, the MyMac Podcast with last weekend. Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Mac to the Future Go livecast on my Facebook page. Also on the Mac to the Future Facebook group. And if you're a Mac user, this is a group you should consider joining. We have a lot of great and very, very smart and talented people in this group. What else? Email. Oh, MacStock Conference. That's coming up on July 27th to 28th of this year, 2019 of July. And this is the 5th year for it, and all 4 years have been fabulous. So very, very much fun. And a weekend pass is, and this is for like 2 solid days and 2 solid nights of just incredible camaraderie and entertainment for the silly low price of $249. However, if you use on checkout the coupon code MyMacGuy, MyMacGuy, you can get $70 off that. $70 off that already really low price, which would bring your total down to $179. Now, of course, you have to get your own hotel and provide your own transportation to the Chicago area. It's in Woodstock, Illinois. But, you would be doing that anyway, one way or another. So check them out. Go to MacStock2019.com or MacStockConferenceandExpo.com for more information about the MacStock Conference and Expo for 2019. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you all so very, very much for downloading and listening, hopefully, to Guy's Daily Drive, and I will see you next time.